Welcome back. Opening scene. The Buick Riviera is a name that echoes through the halls of American automotive history. A car that defined personal luxury, blending style, performance, and innovation in a way few others could. Today, we take a deep dive into the Riviera's legacy, exploring what made it one of the most distinctive and desirable cars of its time. Buick introduced the Riviera in 1963 as a direct competitor to Ford's Thunderbird. Unlike the big, chrome-laden land yachts of the era, the Riviera was leaner, sportier, and more refined. It was a personal luxury coupe with an aggressive stance, a long hood, and a short rear deck, a European-inspired design that turned heads from day one. Under the hood, the first-generation Riviera packed serious power. A 401 cubic inch nailhead V8 came standard, producing 325 horsepower. An optional 425 cubic inch V8 pushed that to 340 horsepower, giving the Riviera performance that matched its bold styling. Paired with a smooth shifting automatic transmission, this Buick delivered effortless acceleration and a ride quality that felt as premium as its handcrafted interior. Inside, the Riviera was a masterpiece of mid-century American luxury. The cockpit-style dashboard wrapped around the driver, featuring elegant wood trim, chrome accents, and a center console that gave the car a sporty, upscale feel. Bucket seats added to the driver-focused experience, making it clear that this was no ordinary Buick. It was a car for those who wanted refinement with a touch of muscle. As the years passed, the Riviera continued to evolve, but it never lost its identity. The second generation, introduced in 1966, became even more dramatic. It retained the elegant proportions but added a more sculpted body with hidden headlights and a distinctive Coke bottle shape that emphasized its muscular stance. The 425 V8 remained, now with up to 360 horsepower, ensuring the Riviera could still back up its aggressive looks with serious performance. Then came 1971, and with it, one of the most daring designs in Riviera history, the Boattail. Inspired by classic speedsters of the 1930s, the Boattail Riviera featured a fastback rear window and a sharply tapered rear end that looked like nothing else on the road. It was bold, futuristic, and polarizing. Some loved it, some hated it, but no one ignored it. The Boattail Riviera packed Buick's massive 455 cubic inch V8 under the hood, producing up to 265 horsepower. While emissions regulations had started to choke engine output, the Riviera still delivered impressive straight-line performance, with effortless highway cruising and a deep, commanding exhaust note. By the mid-1970s, however, the era of big power and wild styling was fading. Fuel crises and tightening regulations forced automakers to rethink their approach, and the Riviera gradually became more subdued. By the 1980s, it had transitioned into a front-wheel drive luxury coupe, prioritizing comfort and technology over performance and bold design. Yet, the Riviera never lost its spirit. Throughout the '80s and '90s, it remained one of Buick's flagship models, featuring digital dashboards, turbocharged engines, and even supercharged V6 power in later years. The final generation, introduced in 1995, attempted to recapture some of the Riviera's original elegance, with smooth, flowing lines and a futuristic interior. However, by 1999, the Riviera was discontinued, marking the end of an era for Buick's personal luxury coupe. Today, the Riviera is celebrated as a classic. Early models, especially the first generation and Boattail versions, are highly sought after by collectors and enthusiasts. Their blend of style, performance, and luxury makes them stand out in the world of classic American cars. Whether it's the sculpted elegance of the A60s, the bold experimentation of the A70s, or the high-tech innovations of the A90s, every Riviera tells a story of a time when Buick dared to be different. Owning a Riviera today means owning a piece of history. These cars were built in an era when design was an art form, when luxury was about craftsmanship, and when performance was measured not just in horsepower, but in the way a car made you feel. The Riviera wasn't just another Buick, it was a statement. So, whether you're admiring one at a classic car show, dreaming of adding one to your garage, or lucky enough to drive one yourself, the Riviera remains one of the most iconic American coupes ever built. A car that dared to be different, and in doing so, became a legend.